Taylor Swift is out with a new single called Look What You Made Me Do. It's a song of anger and vengeance, and many listeners noticed it bears a striking similarity to the early 90s hit, I'm Too Sexy.
Oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me. Ooh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan. Too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan.
The songs are so close that the creators of I'm Too Sexy, the band Right Said Fred, get a writing credit on Swift's new track. How'd that come about? Well, let's go right to the source. Fairbass joins us from Barcelona wearing a shirt, not too sexy for us or for Skype. We thank you for that. Fred, okay, how did this come about? Who called you? What did they say? When did this happen?
We don't know exactly when it happened because it happened all through our publisher and Taylor Swift's team. And we've been with our publisher for many, many years, so they know what we will approve and not approve. So the meat and bones of the discussions went on without us because it wasn't necessary to include us. Then we spoke to our publisher a few days ago, and then we heard the track today when everybody else did, and we were delighted. I think it's I love the cynicism of the lyrics because that represents the original message of the song, which is it's a cynical song about hedonism and people who think they're too sexy. So I think we're delighted. We think the endorsement's fantastic.
And so I understand. They just sound similar, or this is an actual sample? And did you have any say in whether she used it? If our publisher was concerned, then they would run everything past us. But it's not a sample. It's what's called an interpolation, which is like an incorporation of one idea with another. So it's not a sample. There's nothing. They haven't accessed the original master. It's strictly a publishing issue, and it's their own spin. And you can hear the meter, the da ba da 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 da. That's the similarity. And they have been gracious enough to acknowledge that and to contact us. And I think that's very cool because there's lots of examples in recent history where one band has not wanted to recognise another band's work, and I think that's not a great thing. So I think Taylor Swift and her team have been really gracious, and we're very appreciative. Yeah. Right, not just gracious, but to the point of giving you a writing credit. But to be clear, you had nothing to do with you just heard the song when the rest of us did. So I guess we should see this as kind of a shift from we saw, with Blurred Lines and some other songs, these fights over publishing, and they were just kind of preemptively saying, okay, this is similar, so we're gonna give you guys credit.
Yes, I mean, I think obviously, I don't know what their creative process was, so I can't judge that. But I think obviously at some point, early on or later on in the process, and everybody does this, you'll play somebody else's song, everyone needs inspiration, and music just goes, it's a circular machine. So at some point in their process, they realised the similarity, and were cool enough to contact our publisher, which I think is great. And also, Rich and I, my brother and I, are fans of Bleachers, which is Jack Antonoff. So when we heard he was also involved, we were very pleased with that because we first heard Taylor Swift with her first country album because we're big country fans. We particularly like Tim McGraw. She had a song called Tim McGraw on her first album. Yeah. So that whole thing's married up really well for us. We're really happy. Yeah, we think it's cool.
Okay, so you get this writing credit. Now, when I checked a short time ago, it already had like 11 million YouTube views in like 15 hours. So you get this writing credit. Now, is that going to buy you one of those nice paintings I see on your wall, or just the glass of wine I saw you sipping before we started recording?
I actually don't know, and I've got to be 100% honest with you. I'm Too Sexy has done more for us than we ever imagined. And in the conversations with our publisher, and it was only today that we discovered what the split was, because we didn't ask, because that wasn't what was driving us. We just knew that a big artist was using the song. We were delighted.
longevity in this career, in this industry is very difficult. And we're a small independent band. We've never signed a major record deal, and we have had, not so much in the States necessarily, but certainly worldwide, we've had many hits and had many songs in movies and everything else. So for us to get this, for us to fund what we do, cash flow is important. And I think, this is a blessing for us. And I've got to say, it's been an absolute pleasure working with Taylor Swift and her team. They've been, she's a much bigger artist than us, and we are not treated like that at all. It's a level playing field, and we think that's great.
And the bass line survives. Fred Fairbass joining us late night in Barcelona. Thanks for joining us on this cool, exciting day for you.
Yeah, it's been a great day. The media's gone mad. We're a bit of an anomaly in the music industry because we're an independent band that has survived the music crash. We've just done a very successful festival run in the UK. We're getting heavily booked for festivals next year, and we've never signed a major record deal, which I think suits them and suits us equally. So you've got to count your blessings, man. We're very lucky.
Fred, thanks so much for the time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.